गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत न शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वते नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदान्त विद्यास्थानेभ्यैव च सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः वेशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम। Let us chant from the 9th mantra. Hiranmaye pare koshe virajam brahma nishkalam तच्छुभ्रं ज्योतिषां ज्योतिः तद्यदात्मविदो विदुः न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकम् नेमा विद्यतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वम् तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति। We were seeing that the consciousness which we experience as the part of the body or a changing consciousness, or the doctor will say that the consciousness is dependent on the living of the body. If body is living, then we are conscious. If body fades, so doctor will say he is now unconscious. And if a person dies, he will say that person is no more. We use such terms in very common language that the main thing has been veiled and we are victim of our vocabularies also. What you keep on speaking becomes a reality for you actually. So, yesterday you heard that the consciousness is obtained in the Vijnanmaya Kosh, and also we heard that there is a light emanating from all the sense organs called Jyotisham api tad jyotihi tad yadatma vido viduhu. So, if your attention is not on the changing and reflected light, how do we know that some light is reflected? Because that light is a mixture of two things, then it is a reflected light. How do we know that the sunlight through the bucket water is reflected light? Because if I move the water, the sunlight starts moving. And the light cannot belong to water. So there are two things in the reflection of the sun in the bucket full of water. How do we know? Because there is sun, the water cannot have the property of light, and sunlight cannot move. But there is a moving sunlight experienced with the medium called the water. And therefore, we can say that this light is a reflected light. And if somebody mistakes that reflected light to be the original light, then that is called his delusion and think this is the sunlight. Similarly, when we think, there is something called mind. Mind cannot have a light by itself. Body cannot have a light by itself. Intellect cannot have a light by itself. If the water had light, then in the dark also water will have light. If the water's nature was light, like in the dark also water is fluid, water can wet. Wetness is the nature of water, but not the light is not the nature of water. It is the incidental nature, not the intrinsic nature. So if the mind had a light, a sense organ had a light by itself, then mind will always be associated with the same amount of light. But the light in the mind changes. And when mind is no more as in the deep sleep, there will be no consciousness at all. And if there is no consciousness in the deep sleep, then who will be coming out to say that I did not know anything in deep sleep? If the deep sleep experience is that I did not know anything, that means there has to be somebody present to say that I did not know. If the light was mind, then a person will be, the mind will always have the same amount of light. If the sugar, sweetness is the nature of this much of lump of sugar is there, and its sweetness will not vary from time to time. The sweetness which is put in the milk can vary from time to time depending on the sweetness. But anything, the nature cannot vary. And therefore, the mind which has a light, or the intellect which has a light, and the sense organ which has a light is not the nature of the sense organ or the mind. Then whose nature is that? That we have to find out. And that nature is called the nature of the self is there. Because when I know myself as I am, I don't need somebody else to certify it or to illuminate that I. And I am is a constant knowledge. I am good, bad, rich, poor, that may be varying knowledge. But I am is not a varying knowledge. I am sad, happy can be what suffixes you are adding, that may be different. But aham asmi, this is not a changing knowledge. That means I am knowing and therefore I am of the nature of this knowledge and the consciousness. And therefore this is not the, I am the intrinsic nature of me is I am the consciousness. And my intrinsic nature is not the mind, and the mind's intrinsic nature is not the light. And the same light, if there is a pratibimb, there has to be bimb. If there is a reflected light, there has to be the original light, whose reflection is falling in the mind. And mind is transferring that light into the sense organ. And sense organ are coming as the eyes or the ears or the tongue and the nose, and seeing and hearing and smelling and all these things. This is called Jyotisham Apita Jyoti, about which we saw yesterday. Now today's mantra is not important, it is very, very important. And you have to understand, because it's the shortest arti. This is the best point about this arti, is that it is very short. Om Jai Jagdish is very long arti, sometimes you have a short of time. So this is a most popular arti, especially in the ashram, etc., mission ashram, or in the Advaita Vedanta ashrams. This arti is very much common, and it is a beautiful arti. Now you have to understand this very well. It is simple appearing, but it is not that simple mantra. So you need to be careful, because whole life you will be chanting, and if you don't know the meaning, you will always feel what is the real meaning of that. And I'll say, please try to write notes on this, what is on this mantra. Some are already writing, but if you're not writing, for your own purpose, you can write it. न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारकम. Tatra means tam paramatmanam. That light is not illuminated by sun, does not illuminate that. Bhati means bhasayati. No, that sun doesn't illuminate that. Sun doesn't illuminate that. I'll tell the word to word meaning, then I'll go into details. Na chandra tarakam. Chandra tarakam na bhati. The moon and the stars don't illuminate that. Second statement. Third statement. Imaha vidyutah na bhanti. This light, vidyutah means lightning. This lightning or the electric thing also does not illuminate that. Third point. Fourth point. Kuto yaha ayam agnihi bhati. How can this fire illuminate that? This is fourth line. This is the fourth line. Fifth line is sarvam ev bhantam tam anubhati. So everything what illuminates in this world, it is illuminating after that being illuminated. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth, 6 point now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 6 point. Tasvasa idam sarvam vibhati. By that light, everything else is illuminated. 6 points are there, and you have to be careful. Why careful? Because if I am not careful, I will be only fool. Now, there are 3-4 points I will like to mention on this before we have prepared. We are trying to prepare our mind for what this mantra is saying. What are these mantras? What is this one? Any knowledge takes place by any light only. If there is a knowledge taking place, there has to be light in whose light knowledge is taking place. There is some light or some kind of illumining factor in the presence of which any knowledge takes place, whether it is the knowledge of a flower or knowledge of even knowledge of the mind also. I am sad, or in the knowledge of the words also. Supposing I ask you, He is that person. Well, this person's name is Suresh Kumar. So actually, this word has illumined that person. This is the one point. Any knowledge takes place only when it is illumined by some factor. Number two thing. Anything which illuminates in the space, in the daytime the sun illuminates, in the night time star and the moon or the Agni illuminates. Daytime sun will illuminate and night time star, moon or the Agni or the fire will illuminate. Any object which is in space will be illumined only by these four factors. Day or night. This is the second point. The third point. Third point is that whatever there is Devta of the moon, of the mind is moon. So certain things are illumined by the mind, which is not illumined by the sun. Supposing I say I am sad. Supposing I say sad. Sadness is not illumined by the sun. It is a thought. So it is illumined by mind. Vritti is illumined by the mind only. In the mind only I am knowing that. So something are known by mind. I know that I love him. I know that I don't like him. I know certain things by mind, by intellect. So what is known by mind is also indicated as if known by moon. Because mind is the devta of the, or moon is the devta of the mind. Third point is going on. Don't forget, please. Third point. Similarly, fire is the devta of speech. So some things is illumined by speech. In the dark, somebody is coming and you say, who is there? He said, I am Rakesh. Okay. So that speech is the illuminator about that himself. You cannot see by certain things are not seen by sun. They are known by mind. Many things are known. Mind means intellect. Mind, intellect both. When mind is used alone, it includes intellect also. Don't confuse mind and intellect. Both are same stuff. So 3 points are there. Clear ho gaya? So, one is the sun illuminating, other is the moon illuminating, third moon and star. So second point I said, in the whole space, daytime sun will be illuminating and nighttime moon or the electricity will be illuminating. Or the flashing of light also can illuminate. And third point, some say that, external object is illumined by sun and the mental thoughts are illumined by moon. And something are illumined by speech. What is this called? This is called paperweight. Child is called, what is it called? This is called watch. So, although he is seeing it by the eyes, but still he doesn't know what it is. And therefore that is illumined by fire. This is 3 points. Fourth point. Fourth point is illuminator always pervades the illumined. Illuminator always pervades the illumined. Or illuminator always pervades the illumined. And in the absence of illuminator, you don't have the clear knowledge or knowledge of illumined. Clear knowledge or no knowledge? In the absence of illuminator, this is the fourth point. Fifth point, if something is known in the absence of illuminator, that means it is not an object of that illuminator. Very important point. If something is known in the absence of the sun also, that means it is not a part of that illumined. If something can be seen or something can be felt without the sun, moon, etc., that means it is not objectified by the sun. If A is objectifying the B, then that is called A is illuminating the B. If A is objectifying the B, then you say A is illuminating the B. But if without the A also, the B can be known, that means A is not objectifying B. When I say objectifying means pervading, limiting. Pervading or limiting. Like I say, I put a torch in the dark. So this room is objectified. That means the light is pervading that particular object. If these 5 principles are clear, 5 or 6? I don't know. 6? Okay. Whatever is there, now you have to gather all the ideas. If you don't gather it, this will slip away. This is very popularly chanted in mission also, but I don't think so. 95 to 99% people know the meaning of this. And if we Hindus don't know the meaning, who will know? They don't give a thought to all these things. These topics are little subtler, and take it people don't give thought and give attention to them. I am saying if A is objectifying B, then B is smaller than A and B is limited by something. Objectify means limited. Like my words are objectified by your ears. You eat something and whatever you ate is objectified by your tongue. It is known. Something which can be put in a bag, that is called objectifiable. Baggy eyes. Some eyes are called baggy eyes. Nobody has, don't worry here. Baggy eyes. So they went to the shop and they put some here. So therefore the eyes became baggy eyes. It won't go by putting on potato peel. Baggy eyes will go when you have less of cholesterol and all these things. It's an internal problem. Or tired baggy eyes if you have. Some people have such a strong baggy eyes as if they have not slept, or what is the problem? Very baggy eyes. I don't see my eyes. I ironed it. I am saying that anything which is objectified, anything which can be objectified, it can be put away. I can say this is the watch. So watch has objectified the watch. The eyes has objectified the watch, and ears have objectified the word. This is blue, this is red, or this is sweet, this is sour. What can be put as this is, then it is called objectified. Sun is objectifying everything in the daytime. The fire is objectifying in the night time. In the lamp, I studied many times in our childhood, no electricity was there. So you had to put a lamp, or you put a candle, or lantern was there also. Lantern was there, you study that in that. So that used to objectify, illuminate the words on the book. That is called objectifying. I hope this point is clear. Now comes a crucial point. If A is illuminating B, that means in the presence of A, B is known, then you say that A is illuminating B and A is objectifying B. But in the absence of A also, then B is known. Then you cannot say that A is objectifying B. In the absence of A, if B is known, then B is not objectified by A. Means it is not limiting. It is not limiting. And there is where the catch is. You need sunlight. Supposing it is pitch dark, you cannot know exactly what color is there, or where is the flower, where is that. In the night there is no lantern also, there is no light. you can still find out, I don't know how to walk, and you will be walking slowly because you know where the steps are there. But to know I, you don't need sun and moon. Aham asmi, this knowledge does not expect the presence of sun, moon or star. Even the darkness I know, what? What? That I am. So what? Supposing in the darkness I know I am, so what? Wait, let me complete. Let me complete. When you are talking, I am not speaking. When I am talking, keep quiet. So, in the absence of the moon, an absence of the sun, an absence of the fire, also I know that I am. That means you know what? Tell me what? This I should not be in space. Therefore, I am building the topic. Well, how difficult to understand all these things. No, easy things are difficult for you. And what is impossible, you are making it easy. Attachment is impossible and you are trying to make somebody attached. Ego is impossible to maintain, you are maintaining it. You are trying to get joy in the world, impossible, you are trying to get the joy in the world. What is all impossible thing that you are trying and you saying this, I am so sad, it's not happening. I am saying that because sun is not illuminating this eye. Moon is not illuminating this eye. Agni is not illuminating this eye. So my point is that this eye should not be in space. Or it should not be clearly known. Like I put off the light. Then you'll be careful. Carefully walk. Steps have come. The darkness, all must have been hit here and there. In the darkness especially, if you get up in the morning and you're like, sometimes the switch is that far away. Common sense is where the bed is, put the switch there. The switch is somewhere else. And sometimes you are sleepy, not seeing there is the bed. And there is a leg of the bed. That is the worst point where you can get. And it is very sharp also at times. My leg is very sharp. Many times I have got. In the daytime also. And by mistake you hit it, all sleep goes away. That is a good point. And there is nobody to sympathize also. Kya hua? Arey yaar, what this? Oh, alone you have to scream. Alone only you have to say. And then you see if it got hurt, it is bleeding. Thank God it's not bleeding, but red line has come somewhere. If it is dark, pitch dark is there, you will not have a clarity exactly. You will guess if you have been living in that room and it is dark. You will start guessing. And if you have not at all, then you can't know anything about that place. If you go to the new place and there is no light, you totally will be clueless. If something is in space, it has to be illuminated by the sun, the moon, or the star, or the Agni. I am talking about the space. If I was in the space, this I should not be known without these things. But there is no difference whether sun, moon, star, and Agni is there or not. That means this Aham is not objectifiable by these lights. That means it is not in space. This is conclusion number 1. Conclusion number 2. Because in the absence of mind in the deep sleep and samadhi, also Aham is known. That means it is not objectified by thought. Like love, thought of hatred is not objectified by sun, but it is objectified by mind. I love you, I hate you, I like you, I am very frustrated, I am very happy. All these thoughts are known in the mind. But in the absence of mind also, in the deep sleep and the samadhi, the self is known. That means mind it is not object of thought, an object of mind. And similarly, some things everything we had known by words only. This is called paperweight. This is called mala, this is called mic. You cannot say this is called Atma. Therefore, it cannot be objectified by the speech. And therefore, what therefore? Therefore, it is not the object of speech also. Na tat chakshur gacchati, na vag gacchati. No mana, na vidmaha, yatha etad anushishyat, anyadev tad vididada, tva vididada, adi. Nahi clear hua? It may appear difficult, but don't say it is not possible. This is possible, you have to agree it. Otherwise, I will not go ahead. You have to get convinced on this point. Oh my God. How will the Mundaka? We thought we'll complete in SUP. Now it will not be completed before you go also. Oh my God. Then October again we'll start this. Oh my God. I was in Bahrain and one person came from Iraq. And for everything you say, oh my God. आप हमको खुद ही बताओ, आप हमको बता दो सोच के जो हम गलत कह रहे हैं क्या कुछ. Am I saying anything wrong on what I am saying? If I was in space with the absence of both the lights, I will become ambiguous, not clear. If it was an object, and with more light, you will be more clear about yourself. Then we will say, okay, put more light. I get more clarity about myself. Na tatra suryo bhati. Na tam suryam bhasayati. I had told also this Anvay, if you had written in the Vedanta course. Here tatra is in the meaning of Surya is nominative case. So sun is not illuminating that. Vedas are very serious, and more you will read, more you will have respect for the Vedas. It is not made by somebody, these mantras, that somebody was written in these mantras. This is revealed. It is anadi, apaurushe, you have heard this. I hope this line is clear. No, it means, if it is not in space, it should not be in time. That means it should be unlimited. It is light, it is unlimited. It is not in space, it is not in mind, it cannot be objectified by the fire. That means it is of the nature of light, but it is timeless and spaceless, and therefore it is Brahman. Therefore I am Brahman. Well, but this simple fact, why can't I understand? That is your problem. You know it. Well, when you are saying it is so simple that sun is not illuminating it, why did not I understand that I am unlimited? Because that is for you to give the answer. How can I, ignorance, why I am not like that? That is, how can I say, well, why I am so angry person? That is for you to understand. How can I give you the answer? How can I give the answer? Why you have ignorance, that is for you to find that. And that sounds so logical. Na tatra suryo bhati. Kyo bhai Stanley? Is it okay? Write more Sanskrit in your notes. You are avoiding, right? He wrote one today, Tattvamasi. You know who wrote maximum? Bhagwan Din. Bhagwan Din wrote maximum Sanskrit words and very big letters. That is the way to learn. No, never missed anything. So when you write, it will be slow in the beginning. Later on, as you practice, it will become very fast. You are also written. Try to put in more of that. So na tatra suryo bhati. I hope this one line is clear. Now imagine that. Now there are two lights. One is internal light. I'll put external light. I and X. Internal light and external light. There are two lights. Okay? In this external light, sun, moon, star, Agni comes. Internal light, this light of consciousness comes. Will it still remain? Yes, second part is remaining. Don't be happy, that's over. If there are two lights, so there are three possibilities. Possibility number one, both lights are separately existing. Like the hall light is there and the kitchen light is there. If this is off, that may be on and off, doesn't depend. If that is on off, this can be on off, doesn't matter. Both are totally independent. So I'm not saying big word, external light. I will say IL or I will say XL. Not Excel PDF, only Excel. And IL and IL is not IPL, it is only IL. So one is IL, other is Excel. Okay, this is a way to learn. Vedanta is a very beautiful and very serious matter. IL and Excel. So there are 2-3 possibilities. If fourth comes up, I'll come with fourth. One is IL and Excel are totally Excel. IL can be on off, Excel can be on off. Both are totally independent. This is one possibility. Second possibility. What is second possibility? That Excel, because of Excel, IL is shining. Because of Excel, IL is shining. This is possibility number 2. So in the absence of Excel, I is not there. Or in the presence of Excel, IL is there. This is second possibility. Third possibility. Because of IL, Excel is shining. ठीक है, दो लाइट में यही पॉसिबिलिटी हो सकती है भाई. दे आर पुट दो डिफरेंट लाइट इज देयर. IL is illuminating Excel. IL is illuminating Excel. Is it clear? बहुत बढ़िया बात हो गई. So IL and Excel both are, if I say totally independent, it doesn't appear true. Why? Because when IL is not seen through eyes, etc., Excel is also not seen. If the mind is not there, then Excel is not there. I don't see the light of sun if the mind light is not there. If the intellect light is not there. If the eyes light is not there. If the ear light is not there. If you go to sleep, you won't know whether it is day or night. Sometimes it may have happened, you got up and you felt, oh my God, what is the time? 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, and it was night time. You thought it is morning. You thought it is morning time. Oh, it is 7 o'clock. After long sleep, if you come, you will be very confused. Is it day or night? For some, it will take time to gather. Oh, it's morning. It's afternoon. Night. Night 6:30. Especially after traveling. Yes, it's night 6 checked. Oh. So, when your IL was not there, then Excel also was not known without IL. And therefore, Excel will not be illuminating the IL. Without Excel, IL is there. But without IL, Excel is not there. Okay. So, Excel is dependent on IL. Excel is dependent on IL. चलो भाई बढ़िया हो गया. How is it dependent on IL? How is it dependent? Now this is mentioned in the last. Tamev bhantam anubhati sarvam, sarvam ev bhantam tam. So, sarvam ev bhantam. देखो, ध्यान देना. I had given this example. The external light, unless this netra jyoti merges with that, you won't know it. Sunlight is known only when I am pervading the sunlight with my light. Otherwise, there is a sunlight, but there is an illuminator of sunlight which is coming through my eyes. That only is illuminating the sunlight. Sunlight is illuminated by my eye light. to your delight. Sunlight is illumined by my eyelight. If sunlight is there and eyelight is not there, therefore that sunlight won't be illumined. So eyelight is more pervasive than sunlight, because illuminator is more pervasive than illumined. So this eyelight is more pervasive than sunlight. And the illuminator has to pervade illumined, and therefore this eyelight has to pervade the sunlight. And eyelight has to pervade the space. And therefore, after this light, only that light is known. I'll give one example. One is called Bhati, other is called Anubhati. Bhati and Anubhati. Don't say Bhati. It is a dirgha, not dirgha. It is a rasva is there. Harasva. Bhati. Now see, this paper is Bhati. Anu means after that, like Anuj. Paschat jayate iti Anuj. Anuj means younger brother. And Anuja, younger sister. Sometimes only one sister is there, name is Anuja. So, it is logically wrong. Anuja means one who was born second. You are the first sister, then you cannot be called Anuja. Caste Anuja is a single sister, is double. Anuja, Agraja. Agraja means elder. So Anu means Paschat. Ramaha gacchati. Lakshmanaha anugacchati. Guruhu gacchati. Shishyaha anugachanti. Following. This is called after that. This anu word understand. But in this case, it is called, I had given these words when I was teaching, imitative action. It is called imitative action. Anu means where imitative action is there. Gacchati anu gacchati. Khadati, guruhu khadati. Shishya anu khadati. He is eating after the guru has eaten. Anucharati. He is repeating it. Anucharati. Teacher is saying, student is repeating it. So this is called imitative action. But this is called independent imitative action. Right? Both can be separated. Both can be separated. Guru and Shishya can be separated. Taken. And other is called, this is dependent or independent? Independent imitative action. Other is called dependent imitative action. Dependent imitative action. What is the dependent? Chit bhati. Chidabhas anubhati. Chit bhati. Chidabhas anubhati. The consciousness shines. The reflected consciousness shines after that. So this is called dependent imitative action. Oh. Jalam Agni dahati. Agni dahati. Jalam anudahati. This is dependent or independent? Dependent or independent? Dependent. Because if fire is burning and the water is also burning, because of the fire, the burning water can't exist without that. I hope you're understanding that. Surya Bhati, Chandra Anubhati. Dependent or independent? Independent. Dependent. Dependent. Because the shining of the moon is dependent on the shining of the sun. The heat of the water is dependent on the heat of the fire. Now, please be careful now. One word is bhati, other is anubhati. Anu means water. Acha, first I wake up. When I wake up, first I see the eyes or first I see the object? Light comes in the eyes, then light comes outside. So, netra bhati, pushpani anubhanti or pushpam anubhati. Eyes, bhati. Object of the eyes, anubhati. ठीक है? Very good. Dependent or independent? Dependent. अब आगे और अंदर चलो. नेत्र अनुभाति, मनः भाति. Mind is shining and after that only eyes are shining. Therefore, if the mind is not okay, you will only hear like this. See, huh? Raju, get up. Some thoughts are there but not very clear. That time was over. Like you hear many times I say. Huh? So the current is not, because mind is not totally. So therefore you will, when you are in a sleepy mood, you will hear like that. Yes, please. So this you will hear. It happens with everybody. What can we do? So as the anubhati becomes lesser and lesser, when the bhati becomes lesser and lesser, therefore it is dependent, because mind is going inside. And then you are, yes, this once, it's not. And slowly when the mind goes, nothing you hear. Everything is off, as if no talk is going on. And after, when you start getting up, then bhati starts. Then you, how many years this was told at that time, and then this consciousness is coming back. In this consciousness, I had already talked to you about it. So this is bhati and anubhati. Sometimes when you hear talk, this experience will be there. Then you wonder where I forgot, where I slept. Then you go back 10 minutes back. This also didn't hear. Then you go back more. Which point I slept? Then you go half an hour back. Only this also didn't hear. Then you go more back. Then you get so fed up and I start from the beginning only. So you understand? So mind is bhati, sense organ are anubhati. Now your dependent imitative action you have understood. How understand? Behind mind is the consciousness, that is bhati, and mind is anubhati. But that consciousness, there is no anubhati. So all are known, only of that is known. Tameo bhantam sarvam eva bhantam tam bhantam sarvam anubhati. Everything is experience after that experience. And therefore, internal light is illuminating external light. Because without the light of the self, the sun is not illumined, fire is not illumined, moon is not illumined. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. And tasya bhasa, his light, sarvam idam vibhati. Everything is illumined. And remember one point, illuminator will be more pervasive than the illumined. This I have been repeating. If the light, if IL is illuminating EL or XL, what I said? XL, external light. If IL is illuminating XL, IL should be more pervasive than the XL. Because if this light is illuminating the book, it should be more, otherwise you won't know the book properly. And therefore, I am all pervading. I am before, I am Nitya, and I am Sarvyapi, I am Sargat. This is the meaning of the whole mantra. Oh my God. Now you tell me, how can I be in the body now? You are illumined or illuminator? You are IL or XL? Both. How can you be both? I told you both difference is there. In the absence of all external light, still you are illumined. How can you be in space? My point is this. And I told yesterday, internal light is the only light that illuminates darkness. Yesterday. Sunlight, moonlight, firelight, they don't illuminate darkness. You know what is the meaning of? That means they have a limitation. They are absent. But one who is present in the darkness and in the light also, that illuminates darkness also and light also, that is only the internal light of consciousness. These verses appear simple in looking into it. And if you don't talk much, it won't be clear also. You can say in short and move ahead. The point is there will be still some doubts will be remaining regarding it. Therefore you have to repeatedly contemplate from many angles, then you get more clarity on there. All points I am repeating, I should not repeat now. Initially I said that whatever is illumined in the space is illuminated by sun, moon, star, fire, etc. Whatever is illumined by the mind is illumined by the moon. Whatever is illumined by the speech is illumined by the fire. In the absence of this also, if something is illumined, it should not be in space, it should not be in mind, it should not be the object of speech. So I don't know myself. Somebody has not introduced me. Oh, you are conscious, you are existing. I am telling you. No, I know I am existing. I know that. I need not be knowing anything. I know I am. And therefore this consciousness is beyond space. Because it is not, if it was in the space, sunlight would not, absence of sunlight in the night, I can't know myself. In the absence of fire, I don't. That means it is not in space, etc. That means it is limitless. This was one point, first part. Second part is, it is the one which pervades the all other light as well. That means unless this light is there, that light is not there. Therefore, EL is the cause and XL is the effect. One is the cause light, other is the effect light. To put it more, what shall I say, more clearly, last point. Same thing I am explaining. Let us go to the dream. Now tell me, there is a dream consciousness, which was before the dream world has come. And in the dream consciousness, before the dream world has come, after dream world came, light came, sun, moon, star, fire. Can the dream consciousness be objectified by the dream sun? If the dream consciousness was objectifiable by the dream sun, then in the absence of dream sun, there will be no consciousness. Can the dream moon objectify? Can the dream fire objectify? It is only when the dream consciousness comes, it envelops all. And therefore that dream consciousness alone objectifies the whole sun, moon, star, etc. of the dream. This is possible only when the dream consciousness is what? Is beyond time and space. It is unlimited. Tameo bhantamanubhati sarvam. Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati is a powerful mantra. आप ड्रीम से कंपेयर करो इस बात को. Our problem is we are so fixed that I am inside the body. I am a part of the body. I am moving. I am son of some and son. I am daughter of son and son. I'll die one day. Some are waiting. I am not dying. And I am a bitter body. I am fair, but not lovely. I am or I am dark, or I am long-haired, I am short-haired. Where will this fit in this mantra? Tell me. If you are this, then you will be illumined. You will not be illumined by the sun. Or I am educated, I am uneducated, I am literate, or I am literally illiterate. Or I am very sick nowadays. I am very tired nowadays. Lot of work is remaining in my life and day. Which work to when moment I go in my room, only think work, work, work. Everything is bed is saying, please clean me. Papers are saying, please put it properly. Mails are saying, please answer me. Almond is saying, please eat me. Everything is asking me something. I'm fed up what to do, which work to do. If this is done, that is incomplete. If this is done, class is not done. Whole thing is class takes all the time actually. I have no time left here and there. I don't know what to do. I can't do anything. So many work is there. I'm fed up of myself. And now tell me, who are you? You are light? Which light you are? Arey, I am not light. I say I'm You live as an ignorant person and you will suffer. The Maya maregi aapko. Become a part of something and you'll be torn apart. Therefore, don't become a part. If you have to become something, part of Lord's limb you become in bhakti. Otherwise, don't become a part of action, part of this work, part of family, part of house. Because other thing will influence you. There are 100 things. I am acting out of joy for Lord. I don't want anything. Moment you become nishkam, you become a part. This is the beauty of this mantra. In short, it tells Atma is not only illuminator, but it is the unconditioned, unlimited illuminator, and everything else is illuminated because of this self. Very, very important mantra. Now you must understand. Kutoyam agnihi. How can this small camphor can illuminate you? You means the consciousness. And bhakti, how can the God be known by our small mind and intellect and the speech? More last mantra of this section, which is very popular, but already I have covered that mantra. It doesn't need special some explanation. Unless something comes, I'll just touch upon it and move ahead. Because I said this light is cause and whole other light is same light is called in the next mantra as Brahma. Same light is mentioned as the word Brahman because it is not told, it is beyond time and space. Brahme vidam amritam purastat paschat, etc. We will see that tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namah. Hari Om.
पाहि प्रभो मां पाहि विभो मां पाहि प्रभो हर 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 हराय नमो शिव 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 शिव